you missed the title, I want to break down one mindset shift that will transform your life. D1, that's a bold statement, right? But I'm going to back it up with some evidence, family. This mindset shift will transform your life. To begin the conversation, family, put transformation in the comments below. Transformation. We want to evolve. We want to grow. We want to do amazing things. But we have to understand every new level in your life will always require a greater version of you, right? Sam, I see you in the building. Salute to you, King. Old keys are never going to open up new doors, right? And I'm quite sure if you were tuning into this conversation, if you're tapped into this broadcast, your objective and your goal is you want to experience new, right? New in your personal life, new in your relationships, new in your financial life, new in your career, new in whatever endeavors you're working towards. And we have to understand we can't bring the same old methods and expect greater outcomes and different results. We have to be willing to transform. Now, today, when we're talking about personal transformation, this mindset shift, I believe it's very important for us to understand as we approach this week's opportunities. There's going to be a number of challenges that many of us are going to face. There's going to be some difficult moments. There's going to be setbacks that we may experience. The unexpected may occur. And we have to understand, family, it's not about what happens, okay? What matters the most is what you do with what happens, right? I think in so many cases, we're focusing our attention on what is rather than what can be, right? We're focused in on our problems rather than what's possible. And I want to dissect that concept. Let's not focus on the problems, but instead let's focus on the possibilities. Real quick story. Everybody comment below. 1997. 1997 is the year. Life was so much different in 1997, right? In fact, as I was preparing for this conversation, I simply asked myself, I said, what was life like in 1997? I was 9 years young, right, in 1997, and I Googled it. In 1997, the top movies in box office were Titanic, Jurassic Park, and Men in Black. And as it relates to music, in 1997, I saw that, it's at the tip of my tongue. What's the song? No Diggity was at the top of the list, right? Blackstreet. I like the way you work, yeah, no diggity. I like to bag it up, baby. I'll give you a little bit right there, okay? Again, nobody signed any disclaimers today, so I'm not going to sing too much in case your cell phone experiences some form of damage. But nonetheless, 1997 was a lot different as it relates to 2024, right? Cell phones couldn't fit in individuals' pockets, right? There was no social media at the time. 1997 was a completely different world. Now, an individual by the name of Reed Hastings, right? I want to tell this story of this individual where he turned $40 into $270 billion with this simple mindset shift. Ain't that amazing? Think about that for a quick moment. A $40 expense was transformed into $270 billion with a B, right? Not an M, but a B. $270 billion because of this one simple mindset shift. And I promise you, if you begin to integrate this mindset shift, you too can experience massive and great results because you begin to exercise this mentality. But again, 1997, Reed Hastings had recently got involved with training for like whitewater kayaking. And he talked about one lesson that he received from his instructor as him and his team were on the water. And if you've ever been whitewater kayaking, it's extremely fun, but extremely dangerous. You're moving at a fast pace and the boat can get shifted around. And before you know it, it turns over and you got to find yourself swimming out of that cold water, right? But nonetheless, the instructor said, if you focus your attention on the danger, you increase your odds of impacting it, right? If you focus all of your attention, if you focus solely on the problem, you increase your odds of hitting the danger. So this thought pattern was subconsciously stored into his mindset, right? Now, again, it's 1997. Reed Hastings was preparing to start his day. He was about to travel to the gym, and he opened up his mailbox and happened to receive a payment, right? Not a payment, but a bill, right? A bill from Blockbuster. You guys remember Blockbuster? What happened was Reed had actually rented the movie Apollo 13. And as he rented this movie, he was amazed by the movie, but unfortunately, Reed had lost the movie. And the way it worked, for those that may not be aware of the business model with Blockbuster, you would go to this location and they had movies, they had games, all the latest things that you can view, right? And you would actually rent these things. You would rent the video games, you would rent the movies, and you can take it for a number of days. And it was agreed upon as you rented this this VHS or that video game that, hey, you need to bring it back by 2 days or 3 days. And if you go beyond those 2 or 3 days, then what happens is they slap you with a late fee. And every day afterward, until you bring that video back, you get hit with a late fee. So in the mail, Reed opens it up and he's slapped with a $40 late fee payment. So now he's feeling some type of way, y'all. Like, he felt embarrassed. How can I share this with my wife? I now have to pay more than what the movie is actually worth. I've lost this video, right? How frustrating it is, disappointed in himself. But he remembered that lesson that I received from that kayaking instructor. If you focus on the problem, the odds increase of you hitting and impacting danger. So he said, I'm going to share this with my wife, even though it's embarrassing, and I'm going to pay this payment, and we're going to move forward. So he travels to the gym, goes and he exercises, and he trains. Side note, this is why it's very important that you invest in your physical health, right? Because you get the blood flowing through your mind, and a lot of creative ideas can come from you engaging in physical activity, right? That's not today's message, but maybe somebody needs to hear that. So after he gets done training and exercising, he begins to think about it. He's like, hold on. The business model at the gym is a lot better than Blockbuster. I can pay $30 to $40 a month, go as many times as I would like, or as few times as I would like, and I still get to pay the same amount, right? $30 or $40. And I get the same level of access to the gym. Whatever my membership is, I still get the same level of access. And as he thought about it, he said, what if I can take that same business model and apply that to renting videos and renting video games? And this is where Netflix was born, family. Reed Hastings was the co-founder of the well-known organization Netflix. Now, hate it or love it, dislike it or enjoy it, as it relates to the company Netflix, regardless of your feelings towards Netflix, it's a highly successful business. And because of this mindset shift where he said, I'm not going to focus on the $40 payment. I'm going to focus on opportunities. I'm going to focus on possibilities. The idea was born. D1, what are you saying here? I can guarantee us, family, we can all tremendously benefit from developing the habit of training our mind to focus on the possibilities. Here's what's at stake, though. For many of us, we get caught up in the problem. How many of us have ever been there? Put a number 1 in the chat. I've been there myself, where something has taken place. We've experienced a setback. We have a challenge or a difficulty, and that's where we focus our attention. We get stuck in our misery. We start swimming in our frustration. We're overwhelmed by our discouragement. And you can't solve a problem, family, if you're stuck in a state where you're disempowered. In fact, let me put it this way. You can't solve a problem with the same level of thinking that created it, right? You have to be willing to shift your perspective, adjust your frame of mind. And by focusing on the possibilities rather than the problem, that's going to put you in a more empowered state. So what I'm saying in this conversation is this: the mindset shift that's going to truly transform your life is when you develop the habit of finding the value in every experience. Finding the way that you can profit from misfortune. Focusing and directing your attention on the possibilities rather than being stuck with the problem. Finding the opportunity in the difficulty. This is what's going to help us level up, especially as we step into this week's opportunities. Because remember, there's going to be problems, setbacks, frustrations, discouragements, disappointments, moments where you get rejected. And if you're not careful, you'll find yourself stuck in your frustration and discouragement. And again, you can't make an empowered decision when you're frustrated. You can't make a sound decision when you're discouraged. You have to change your viewpoint, adjust your perspective, see things differently, right? Your situation may not change, but if you can change the way you view it, you'll position yourself to create a greater outcome and a better result. So here's the call to action. Let's make the commitment this week, this entire week, regardless of what's happening, I'm going to protect my focus. In fact, comment below, protect your focus, make it personal. I'm going to protect my focus. And when I come face to face with the challenge, I'm going to ask myself, what can I learn from this situation? What's the value in this experience? How can I profit from what's happening, right? That's the ultimate test. Because remember, family, it's not about what happens. What matters the most is what we personally do with what happens. That's what you're in control of. So many of us, we get frustrated because we're trying to control things that we can't. The only thing that you can control is ultimately what you do with what's unfolding in your life. Yes, you can control what you focus on, you can control the perspective that you have, and you're in full control of the decision that you make once you gather all that information. So to be effective, to build momentum towards our goals, to create progress towards our visions, we've got to protect our focus. The average person, when they experience a setback, they're stuck in their misery. They feel sorry for themselves. They're discouraged. They're overwhelmed by disappointment. And remember, you can't make an empowered decision in a state of discouragement or disappointment. You've got to break that cycle. So if you don't get anything else out of what we've talked about during this conversation, take that quote with you. You can't solve a problem with the same level of thinking that created it. So when you get face to face with the problem today, change the way you see it. Change your perspective. Adjust your view. Create a more empowered state and figure out how you can rise above it and create an opportunity out of the difficulty. Find the possibility in the problem. Figure out how you can profit from the misfortune. You never know. You may be that one that turns a $40 fee into a $270 billion industry, right? Right? They set the tone for other streaming platforms to come after them simply because my man Reed Hastings said, I'm going to look at this differently. That's the power of perspective. And with that mindset shift, you can transform your life. If you slid into this broadcast and I was unable to give you a shout out, be sure to comment below. And if, in fact, this is your first time, or again, maybe your first time in a long time, put a number 1 in the chat and then place your first name afterward. I'll be sure to shout you out at some point in time before we wrap up today's broadcast. If you were picking up what I was putting down, family, put a number 1 in the chat. Matter of fact, put some fist in the comments below. Let me know that you were rocking with your boy D1. There we go. Lena, I see you clapping it up. Protect your focus for sure. Means you got to protect your focus by any means necessary. Remember, you get more of what you focus on. Likewise, Sam, you know what it is. Desire is everything, my brother. Latoya, my Naptown sis, salute. Glad to have you tapped in live. Hopefully the turtle is catching the broadcast as well. Shalee, I see you. Chatney, I see you. Nicole, I see you. Excellent. Everybody putting those fists in the comments below real quick. Please do me a quick favor. Share this out with the people that you care about. You guys know how inconsistent the algorithm can be. but by you sharing this out, it's going to signal to the algorithm that this video is something of value and people need to tune in. So please share this out. I would truly appreciate that. Everybody watching this on YouTube, hit the like button real quick. It goes a long way. And for everybody watching this on LinkedIn, Twitter, as well as Facebook, please share this out. Again, I would truly appreciate that. Shifting my focus. Excellent. Yes. Let me say this before we do conclude and wrap it up, though. Okay. I provided the inspiration, the information, but that is not what's going to lead, to personal transformation. In order for us to experience transformation, you need information and application. And that's what leads to transformation. Again, I've provided the inspiration and the information. It's up to you to apply it, right? It's up to you to execute on it. It's up to you to apply these principles, these concepts to your day-to-day life. So again, the call to action is, let's not just feel inspired, but let's actually take on what we've discussed during this conversation and apply these principles as we step into this week's opportunities. That's the only way we're going to experience a personal transformation, right? Of course, you can have all the knowledge, all the wisdom, all the great insights, but if you never apply them to your behavior, if you never apply them to your life, nothing will change, right? It's nothing different than a book on a shelf, right? A book is full of knowledge, but we as individuals have to learn to apply it, and that's what makes that knowledge powerful, right? When you apply what it is that you've learned, you execute on the ideas and the insights that have been shared, that's what leads to personal transformation. So let's take action on what we discussed during today's conversation. Protect your focus by any means necessary. Chatney, absolutely. Shifting and protecting my focus. Excellent. If we have yet to connect on other social media platforms, family, what are we waiting for? I'm at #1 Gibson on all platforms. That includes Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever way you want to call it. We're going to continue to call it Twitter here on the broadcast. I don't care what Elon Musk has named his platform. We're going to call it Twitter. And then youtube.com/David Gibson. Family, be sure to tap in. I wish I put up the trailer on the stream, but it's available on youtube.com for my upcoming season of my small business documentary series. I am extremely excited about this release, family. It's exclusively on YouTube. The team has put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and hard work and effort into bringing this season. It's going to be immense value that viewers are going to receive from each and every single episode. 7 small businesses, 7 inspiring and amazing stories. Each episode is packed with great insights that each and every single one of us can benefit from, whether you are a business owner, or aspiring entrepreneur, or just somebody that's aiming to improve the quality of your life. You're going to receive something out of this series. So be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've yet to do so. Again, it's exclusively on YouTube. We've been at work to provide this season and provide this series for individuals like you. So definitely tap in and take advantage of the insights that will be shared in each and every single episode. Also, www.elevationisAmust.com. Take advantage of all the free resources that are available on my website, coaching opportunities, and if you have an organization where you may be interested in having D1 come out and speak, be sure to tap in. Information there available on the website as well. Latoya, I see you, sis, for sure. With that being said, let's wrap this thing up, because remember, you got dreams to catch and success to create, so we each got to be busy being great. I got bars on this Monday morning, family, okay? But nonetheless, if you find yourself in a difficult situation or a challenging experience, remember that this too shall pass. And you may be saying, well, D1, it sounds good. I feel inspired. But truthfully, you have no idea what I'm personally experiencing. My back is up against the wall. This is the roughest time of my life. Come real close to your cell phone device or your desktop, whatever technology you're using to tune into this broadcast. I need you to hear me clearly, right? I may not know you personally. I may not know what it is that you are up against, but what I do know is this: whatever stands in front of you and whatever stands behind you has nothing compared to the power that's at work within you. So what I need you to do is I need you to stand up with that power. I need you to get focused on what it is that you want. Again, focus on the possibilities and not the problem. Focus on your potential and not the problem. Focus on your power and not the problem. You have the capacity to create positive changes in your life. You carry the potential to rise above whatever you're currently facing, but it starts with your mindset. You got to see it before you see it, or you're never going to see it. You're going to catch that later on today. Again, you got to see it before you see it, or you will never see it. It's got to start right here, because your feet will never go any place that your mind hasn't already been. So I need you to visualize yourself winning this week. I need you to visualize yourself experiencing success. I need you to visualize yourself getting that yes that you've been working hard for. I need you to visualize your business flourishing. I need you to visualize your health being restored. I need you to visualize your family being restored, your marriage being restored. Who am I talking to this morning? What I'm saying is this: don't you give up. I need you to keep persisting until you succeed. Yes, it may be challenging. Yes, it's getting rough, but as it gets rougher, you got to get tougher, and you got to keep moving forward. If nobody else tells you that they love you today, remember your brother from another mother, D1 Gibson, has nothing but love for each and every single one of you. With all of that being said, let's wrap this thing up, family. I appreciate you all's time. Again, I'm hoping that you found value during today's conversation. Tap into my YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. We're going to be live Thursday evening, 8 p.m. with the very first episode of Season 2 of The Quest. Small business series, on the journeys and ultimately the quest of business owners. You got to see it before you see it, or you will never see it. I see you, Lena. Let's wrap this thing up, though, family. Again, appreciate your time. Have a phenomenal week. We will be back at it next Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But in the meantime, I want you to be effective. I want you to be successful. I want you to live with some passion. And most importantly, please join in with your boy with 3 pounds to your chest. 1, 2, 3. Be powerful. I'll see you all next week. Have a phenomenal week. Peace.
See, my shot is here, so now I'm gonna take it. Gotta get up, get out, time to stand up, get loud, time to rise up off the floor. And I'm stronger than ever now, can't hold me down no more. I'm waking up, 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 I'm waking up. So I'ma do it right now, yeah, I'ma do it right now. I ain't giving up and